Today, let's explore some of the most mysterious places on Earth that defy everyone's understanding. Let's dive in. In southern India, a massive boulder defies gravity, physics, and logic. Known as Krishna's Butterball, this nearly 280-ton rock sits on a slope in Mahabalipuram, Tamil Nadu, yet hasn't moved in over 1,200 years. It appears as if it should roll down at any moment, but it remains perfectly balanced. Tourists often stand beneath it without fear, and it has withstood earthquakes, cyclones, and even tsunamis. Measuring around 20 feet high and 16 feet wide, the rock's upper surface features a mysterious sheared section. Some attribute this to erosion, while others argue the shape is too precise. The theories range from gravity and friction to more imaginative ideas like ancient engineering. Krishna's Butterball is part of the group of monuments at Mahabalipuram, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1984. These monuments date back to the 7th and 8th centuries, during the Palau dynasty. Scattered across Kukui Beach, located on the Otago coast of the South Island, you'll find enormous, nearly perfect spherical boulders partially buried in the sand. Known as the Moeraki boulders, they instantly capture attention, with some cracked open in a way that has led visitors to nickname them dragon eggs. What makes these stones so fascinating is not just their shape, but the debate that surrounds their formation. While they resemble ancient relics or something extraterrestrial, geologists offer a grounded explanation. According to current geological research, the Moeraki boulders formed over 60 million years ago through a process called concretion, where minerals such as calcite slowly built up layer by layer around organic matter or other central nuclei. Over time, erosion caused by ocean waves and coastal winds helped smooth their surfaces into the nearly spherical forms visible today. Across several countries, you'll find what are often called gravity hills or mystery spots, places where the laws of gravity and physics appear to break down right in front of you. At these sites, you might see structures tilted at strange angles that seem to defy balance. You might even watch as water flows uphill or balls roll against gravity. To the unaware observer, it looks like natural laws are being ignored. What appears to be a gravity-defying phenomenon is actually a well-documented optical illusion. These effects occur on sloped terrain where the horizon is either obscured or misleading. Without a reliable visual reference, the human brain misjudges what is level and what is not. The surrounding landscape, architecture, and interior angles all contribute to the illusion. One well-known example is the mystery spot in Santa Cruz, California, which has been baffling visitors since the year 1939. But similar spots have been reported in locations across the United States, Canada, and parts of Asia. Off the coast of Brazil lies Ilha de Queimada Grande, also known as Snake Island, about 20 miles from the mainland. The island is infamous for having one of the highest concentrations of venomous snakes in the world, including the golden lancehead viper, which is among the deadliest. The island was once connected to the mainland by a land bridge, but rising sea levels trapped the snakes there. Today the snakes cannot swim, so there's no danger of them reaching the mainland. Visiting Snake Island is illegal due to the risk of encountering these venomous snakes. Only scientists and military personnel are allowed to access the island. Even the lighthouse there has been modified to operate automatically to minimize human contact. Interestingly, the island's name doesn't directly translate to Snake Island. There was even an attempt to burn the island down in the past, but the sheer number of snakes made the plan impossible. Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to ring the bell, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It truly helps me out, and I promise to bring you even more awesome content. The Fly Geyser in Nevada, located on Fly Ranch in Washoe County, is an otherworldly formation that was never part of a natural plan. It was the result of a drilling accident. In the year 1916, a team drilling for irrigation hit a pocket of geothermal water heated to approximately 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Since the water was too hot for agricultural use, the well was abandoned. Then, in 1964, another team drilled nearby and encountered similar geothermal pressure. They attempted to seal the well, but the seal did not hold. Over time, pressure forced water back to the surface. As it flowed, dissolved minerals, primarily calcium carbonate, built up around the opening. Combined with thermophilic algae, this created the vibrant mound seen today, covered in green, red, and orange hues. The geyser continuously sprays water up to 5 feet into the air, and has since become a symbol of accidental natural art. But what about another unexpected geological formation that feels like it belongs on another planet? Let's take a trip to Azerbaijan and explore a phenomenon that's both fascinating and potentially dangerous. While Azerbaijan might not be easy to find on a map, it's home to one of the world's largest concentrations of mud volcanoes. Out of the 700 mud volcanoes worldwide, Azerbaijan has 350, making it a prime destination to see these unique formations. A mud volcano, or mud dome, occurs when mud, water, and gases erupt from the Earth's surface. Unlike traditional volcanoes, they don't release lava or magma, but they can still pose significant risks. Mud volcanoes vary in size from just 1 or 2 meters high to towering 700 meters tall and spanning up to 10 kilometers wide. These sizes can cause real problems. The high number of mud volcanoes in Azerbaijan is due to the region's unique geological conditions. While fascinating, the hot mud and gases produced can be dangerous, so it's best to keep a safe distance when near one. Now let's dive deeper into the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. Ever wondered what an underwater river looks like? Cenote Angelita in Mexico holds a strange secret beneath its waters. Deep beneath the surface of Cenote Angelita, located near Tulum in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, divers have discovered what appears to be a river flowing through another body of water, an underwater river. This occurs because a dense layer of hydrogen sulfide settles between the fresh water above and the salt water below. The result is a clearly defined layer that gives the illusion of a flowing river, complete with what looks like a shoreline and mist. For divers, it creates a disorienting, almost dreamlike experience. What makes this even more intriguing is that scientists still don't know how many of these underwater rivers exist worldwide. While Cenote Angelita is the most studied example, others have been documented in places such as the Black Sea and underwater cave systems in Australia, each with its own unique characteristics, including active currents. Speaking of nature surprises, imagine a lake that's home to creatures that have evolved in a way unlike any others. Welcome to Jellyfish Lake in Palau, where isolation has led to a truly unique environment. On the small island nation of Palau, there's a remarkable lake that tells a fascinating story of nature's evolution, Jellyfish Lake. This lake, isolated from the surrounding ocean for thousands of years, has created a unique environment where jellyfish have thrived in an unexpected way. When the lake was first filled, jellyfish entered the waters and began to live there, but over time, the water levels receded, leaving the jellyfish trapped inside. What's extraordinary about this situation is how these jellyfish have adapted to their isolated environment. Today, the lake is home to 2 species, Mystigius papa, commonly known as golden jellyfish, and Aurelia aurita, also called moon jellyfish. These jellyfish have evolved to survive without the threats of predators, allowing them to develop in ways that differ from their ocean-dwelling relatives. Beneath the surface of New Zealand's North Island, there's a cave system, the Waitomo Glowworm Caves, one of the most surreal natural light displays in the world. Inside these limestone caves, thousands of glowworms emit a soft, bluish-green light that blankets the ceilings like a starry sky. These aren't just any glowworms. They belong to a species called Arachnocampa luminosa, found exclusively in New Zealand. And they don't require any external triggers to perform. These larvae anchor themselves to cave ceilings, producing light through bioluminescence to attract insects into their sticky threads. Historical accounts and oral traditions indicate that the Maori people discovered the caves long before European settlers arrived. According to some interpretations, the glowing lights were viewed as sacred signs of divine presence or spiritual energy. Today, the Waitomo glowworm caves remain one of New Zealand's most visited natural attractions, drawing hundreds of thousands of tourists each year. If you found yourself standing in total darkness under thousands of glowing creatures deep in a cave, would you feel awe, fear, or something else entirely? Let us know what your gut reaction would be. Have you ever visited the Maldives? If you have, you've likely had the opportunity to experience one of nature's most stunning displays, the Sea of Stars. This spectacle is a natural phenomenon caused by tiny microorganisms known as dinoflagellates. These microorganisms possess the ability to bioluminesce, meaning they can emit light. This glow occurs when they experience stress, such as the movement of the sea and waves. Much like fireflies, the dinoflagellates light up as a defense mechanism. The result is an electric neon blue glow that intensifies with each breaking wave, creating the mesmerizing Sea of Stars. When you witness this breathtaking sight, you're watching millions of these plankton congregating in one area, producing this otherworldly light show. However, this rare event depends on being in the right place at the right time. While similar bioluminescent events occur in other parts of the world, the exact conditions in the Maldives make it a prime spot for this magical display. One site lies in Al Mahra Governorate, a remote desert region in eastern Yemen, known officially as the Well of Barhout. It is more widely known by its ominous nickname, the Well of Hell. Despite its name, this is not a man-made well. It is a naturally formed sinkhole, nearly perfectly circular, with a diameter of about 100 feet and a depth reaching approximately 330 feet. For generations, local folklore described it as cursed. Many believed it was inhabited by evil jinn, while others considered it a gateway to the underworld. For centuries, no one had ventured inside. That changed in September of 2021, when a team of Omani cave explorers from the Oman Cave Exploration Team, known as Osset, became the first recorded group to descend into its depths. What they found challenged centuries of myth, no supernatural entities, but instead limestone formations, cave pearls, stalagmites, and the remains of animals, possibly carried in by desert winds or trapped over time. Scientists estimate the sinkhole formed millions of years ago, possibly during a period of karstic erosion. Ever heard of an island that might be the last remnants of a forgotten land? Ball's pyramid holds many mysteries, but it also holds the secret to one of the rarest insects in the world. Ball's Pyramid, a sea stack that rises nearly 550 meters above the ocean. This mysterious structure is often said to be the remnants of a sunken continent, and it holds many secrets beneath its towering height. The sunken landmass, known as Zealandia, was only discovered in 2007 by geologists after decades of rock sampling and geological research. While this discovery sparked curiosity, reaching the island itself proved to be nearly impossible due to its jagged shoreline. It wasn't until the late 1800s that humans were able to set foot on this isolated island. The island was home to an incredibly rare insect, the Lord Howe Island stick insect. This insect is considered one of the rarest bugs in the world, having nearly been wiped out by rats, and was thought to be extinct for many decades. However, it was rediscovered in 2001. To protect this delicate species, the New Zealand government strictly regulates access to the island, ensuring that only those with special permission can visit. The Nanagot reverse waterfall in India leaves scientists and travelers equally stunned. This unusual phenomenon defies expectations in the most visual way. Instead of cascading downward like every other waterfall on Earth, the water here appears to flow upward, climbing skyward for more than 100 feet. At first glance, it seems like a textbook case of anti-gravity, an impossibility on our planet. However, the explanation is rooted not in science fiction but in extreme weather. The waterfall is located in the Nanagot mountain pass, part of the Western Ghats in Maharashtra, where powerful wind gusts blow directly into the falling stream. These winds, especially strong during the monsoon season, hit with such force that they send the water back upward before it ever reaches the base. But let's take a detour to Indonesia, where the world's most dangerous lake might just offer the most stunning and toxic view you'll ever encounter. Kawah Ijen Lake is located in Indonesia. This lake is not only surrounded by volcanic activity but also sits within an active volcanic crater. Because of this, it has some dangerous qualities that could lead to a swift end. For starters, there's an active sulfuric vent nearby, a vent that releases hot, flammable, and sulfurous gases. At night, these gases ignite, creating an eerie blue glow. While it's a stunning sight, it's also highly toxic. As for the lake itself, despite its beautiful turquoise color, the water is extremely acidic, earning the title of the world's largest highly acidic lake. Its pH level can drop as low as 0.5, which makes the water capable of dissolving just about anything. Would you dare to get close to Kawah Ijen Lake, knowing how dangerous its waters really are? Let us know what you think. The Ringing Rocks in Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. If you strike the rocks with a hammer, they produce a sound similar to the ringing of a bell, which is unexpected from a solid piece of stone. This phenomenon continues to puzzle scientists, as no one is entirely sure why these rocks produce such sounds. Even more intriguing is the fact that only certain rocks in the area have this ability, and if they're removed from their natural surroundings, they lose their musical quality. Regardless of the reason behind it, the rocks do indeed ring when struck, and it has become a fascinating experience for visitors who want to hear this bizarre, bell-like tune for themselves. One of the greatest mysteries of our world can be found in Peru, where the Nazca lines have puzzled historians, archaeologists, and explorers for centuries. These famous lines are so ingrained in popular culture that they even appeared in an Indiana Jones movie and have been featured as a plot point in anime. Despite their widespread recognition, the Nazca lines remain a mystery that continues to elude explanation. For starters, no one knows why the ancient Nazca people were so determined to create these massive lines. Spanning an area of approximately 450 square kilometers, they cover a vast stretch of desert land in the Nazca Desert. Alongside these lines, numerous geoglyphs of various sizes have been discovered, with new ones still emerging today. Even more baffling is why the Nazca created these colossal designs in the first place. Many believe these lines were a way to communicate with their gods, but some geoglyphs don't seem to depict any deities at all. Now let's venture into the depths of the ocean, where methane seeps might be sending a warning that could change everything we know about our planet. One of the most surprising findings came in 2016, when researchers discovered vast areas of the ocean floor actively seeping methane. And by seeping, we're talking about large streams of bubbles being released into the water. While scientists knew that methane seeps existed in various parts of the ocean, they were not prepared for the sheer volume of gas being released in this particular area. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas, and when it escapes into the atmosphere, it has the potential to contribute to global warming. Although it's not yet proven that these oceanic methane seeps are affecting the atmosphere, the possibility remains serious. If these methane bubbles make it to the surface, they could have environmental consequences that can't be ignored. Scientists are now focusing on studying these methane seeps more closely, hoping to monitor, control, and potentially even stop the flow of methane if necessary. The more they understand about these seeps, the more they may learn not only about the planet's carbon cycle but also about what lies beneath the ocean's surface and how it connects to the Earth's core. On Bohol Island, the Philippines, you'll find over 1,200 nearly symmetrical mounds scattered across the interior. Known as the Chocolate Hills, these formations resemble rows of giant truffles, but not because of anything sweet beneath the surface. Despite their dessert-like name, the Chocolate Hills are entirely natural. They are composed of limestone covered by grass, which turns a dry brown color during the dry season, giving the hills their chocolate-like appearance. Their heights vary, with the tallest reaching up to 120 meters, or nearly 400 feet. What makes them even more puzzling is their consistent, conical shape and the density with which they appear in the landscape. While folklore speaks of giants and epic battles, scientific studies suggest the hills were formed from the uplift of ancient coral deposits, shaped over time by rainwater erosion and weathering. As of 2025, the Chocolate Hills are designated as a National Geological Monument by the Philippine government and are under protection for their ecological and cultural value. Yet their uniformity remains a topic of debate, continuing to spark theories that stretch far beyond science alone. If you stood in front of more than 1,000 perfectly shaped hills that science still can't fully explain, would you believe the legend or the geology? Which one makes more sense to you? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. Located in Turkey's Konya Plain, this area is home to hundreds of sinkholes, vast craters that range between 10 and 30 meters in width and can be as deep as 30 to 40 meters. What makes this even more surprising is that this plain is primarily known as farmland, where crops are grown, and yet these sinkholes appear frequently. While no fatalities have been reported due to these sinkholes, there have been several close calls, leading to safety measures being put in place. The locals have roped off the areas to prevent accidents, but given that the region could continue to produce more sinkholes, the problem can't easily be controlled by technology alone. Interestingly, it's believed that certain farming practices in the area may be contributing to the sinkhole formations. If these practices were to be halted, some hope that the land might eventually stabilize and the sinkhole issue could diminish over time. And just when you thought the mysteries were over, there's one final place where gravity seems to break all the rules, the mystery spots around the world. Finally, let's wrap up our journey with one last extraordinary sight in the Amazon, a boiling river that's both a scientific enigma and a danger to all who dare approach. Deep within the Amazon rainforest, there lies a stretch of river that defies all conventional explanations. Known to locals as Cenote Tempishka, this river has been boiling for centuries. What's truly astonishing is that the water here doesn't just heat up, it boils constantly. In fact, the temperature in this tributary can reach a staggering 100 degrees Celsius, hot enough to cook food, wash clothes, and carry out other everyday tasks. The mystery, however, lies in the cause of this boiling phenomenon. Despite countless theories, no one has yet provided a definitive explanation. Some suggest geothermal vents deep beneath the river could be responsible, while others point to unknown natural causes. What makes it even more puzzling is that the boiling only occurs in a specific section of the river, with the surrounding waters remaining at normal temperatures. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I hope you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.